What is this big fancy word, logarithms? Okay, so you probably maybe see something called log. So this is what a logarithm is. But who cares about log? Let's learn what it actually is. So logarithms are very closely related to exponents. So we know we have exponents like, 4 cubed equals 4 times 4 times 4, right? And then 4 times 4 is 64 times 4 is, 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64, right? So we know that 4 cubed is 64. What is logarithm? So basically what logarithm is asking, they're asking 4 to what power gives you 64. So if I ask you this question, 4 to what power gives me 64? What would you say? Well, you said, okay, 4 to something has to give me 64. So I'm going to multiply 4 until I get 64. 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, didn't work. So this was squared. This was squared. Okay, 16 times 4. Oh, it's 64. Well, no, how many times did I multiply? 3. Or in other words, I can just count the number of 4s. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to say it's 3. 3. So we're going to say that x is equal to 3. But this maybe is not a nice way to write it, So what they decided to say, instead of writing it like this, they wrote it like this. They said log 464 equals x. This and this are literally the same thing. They're asking the same exact question. So how do we interpret, like, this is weird. So we have a small number under the word log, and this small number under the word log is the base here. And it's saying 4 to what power will give you 64? It will give you the power of x, right? So we can say log 464 is 3. Just like how we can say 4 cubed is 64. Again, let's just review this one more time. How do I remember what number means which? What's the bigger number mean? What does the smaller number mean? Okay, so how I remember it is when they say something like, what is log 464? Okay, log 464 is saying 4 to what power will give me 64? And 4 is the small number, so 4 has to go something, get something to become big like 64. So 4 is small, it has to get power to get something big like 64. In reality, the smaller number is not always going to be smaller, like in terms of value. Like this one can be 100, and this one can be 10. But when I say like smaller and bigger, I mean 100 has to get some power to get as big as 10. You get what I mean? Because the size, I'm talking about size.